When we win, a top priority for the Republican Congress must be to end the nightmare Joe Biden has created on our southern border. Every day, the radical left's open borders policies are getting innocent Americans killed. A few months ago, an illegal alien in Florida was charged with violently beating to death a 74-year-old woman, stealing her money and burying her body in a shallow grave. They didn't know where she was. They said, but she's there. She's not there. No, they found her in a shallow grave. Last year, an illegal alien in Chicago walked into his neighborhood home and executed a person at point-blank range while his family was nearby and watching. And just this week in Richmond, Virginia, 2 illegal aliens were arrested for a plot to conduct a brutal mass shooting at a 4th of July celebration. And you saw what happened on the 4th of July with the other maniac. The radical Democrats have turned our country into one giant sanctuary for dangerous criminal aliens. In the Republican Party, we believe our country should be a sanctuary for law-abiding citizens who love America like we do. Like we do. As we restore the rule of law on our borders, we must also restore law and order to our streets. All Democrat run. You know that. It's one thing they have in common, Democrat run. Under Joe Biden last year, murders hit the highest rate in 25 years, and probably much more than that. They don't go back any further. And this year it's going much, much higher. We're at a clip that nobody's ever even imagined before. Under a Republican Congress, we should pass emergency funding to hire thousands more police officers. We love our police officers. I just met some of your police officers backstage. We took pictures with them. They are the best looking human beings, I hate to say it, I've ever seen. They look like movie stars. They look like Tom Cruise, only better. But we want thousands more police officers in communities nationwide to put violent criminals behind bars and keep them behind bars and send them the hell out of our country and back to their country when necessary. And we're going to tell our politicians to leave our police alone, let them do their job, give them back their respect. They know what to do. We have to allow them to do it. Right? Instead of targeting Republicans, conservatives, Christians, and patriotic parents, the Biden administration should try going in and dismantling the street gangs and deadly cartels that are occupying our beautiful cities. And instead of taking guns away from law-abiding Americans, we should try taking them away from violent felons and career criminals, Rachel. And enforcing existing federal statutes to get them in jail or bring them back where they belong in their own country. Get them the hell out of here and have them be looked at very carefully. We don't want them back. You know, they had a very hard time coming back into our country when we got them out. You know, the problem was that you'd have the gangs, right? You'd have all these horrible gangs that they'd come from, in some cases, Mexico, but Guatemala and Honduras and El Salvador, rough. Although 141 countries were counted last week of people that came illegally. 141 countries. But we couldn't bring them back to those countries. They wouldn't take them. This was under Obama. You couldn't bring them back. They wouldn't take them. So Border Patrol, who are phenomenal people, and I saw these guys, these are phenomenal, brave, incredible people. But they were told you can't bring them back because the countries wouldn't take them. The countries wouldn't take them. So they don't want the gang members back. They don't like people that kill people. So rightfully they said no. And then I said, well, what are you saying? We'd fly an airplane, load it up, and bring it back to a certain country. And they would say to that country, we're landing. And they say, no, you're not. And they'd put airplanes all over the runway so you couldn't land. We'd have to fly them back. So I said, how much do we pay those countries, the 3 primary countries, right? How much do we pay them And they said about $750 million a year. I say, inform them that we are stopping payment, no more payment. No more payment. By the way, they've been working on this problem for 10 years. This one took me about 3 minutes to think of. I said, inform them we're not making any more payments because they're not treating us with respect, which now nobody's treating us with respect. And the next day, I got a call from all three presidents of those countries, and they basically said the same thing. They said, sir, you've stopped payment to our country. Why? Because you're not treating our country with respect. You're not taking in your gang members that left your country. Probably you pushed them out of your country into the United States, to be more exact. I said, if you don't take them back, we're not going to make the payment. But sir, why didn't you call me? We'd be honored to take them back. We would love to have MS-13 back. They're such wonderful people. Please, please, sir, send MS-13 back into our country. We love them very much. And from that point on, we had no problem. I still didn't pay them. It took them a long time to realize they were. You know why? They get so much money from us, they don't even know what the hell's coming in. It's ridiculous. So they were getting like $750 million. And I heard the other day that Biden wants to make it $4 billion. They said, no, you make it less, not more. So I think they're going to pay $4 billion or something like that to these countries. So you're going to have a lot of rich presidents, dictators, and others. It's so stupid. What we're doing in our country is so stupid.